Okay children, so in this video we will be discussing about the basics of data frame as well as how to create a data frame. Starting with the characteristics of a data frame. A data frame is a 2D structure. 2D structure means that it is made up of rows and columns just like your table, right? It is a heterogeneous structure. Heterogeneous structure means that every column of the data frame can have different types of values. The rows of the data frame as well as the columns of the data frame both are having indexes, just like in series. The row indexes in case of data frame are called index, and the column indexes are known as column labels. It is size mutable. Size mutable means that you can change the number of rows or columns in the data frame. That means you can add or remove the rows and columns of the data frame. Values mutable. Data frame is values mutable. That means the data stored in the data frame can be changed as and when required. Moving on to the creation of the data frame. First of all, if we have to create a data frame, if we have to work with the data frame, we have to import a library, a module known as pandas. So we are first going to import a module pandas. So we have written import pandas as PD. Now PD is the alias name of pandas. To create a data frame, we require a function that is called a constructor function named as data frame. This function is used to create a data frame. If we have to create an empty data frame, we are not going to pass any argument, any value to this data frame. That means the parenthesis of this function will be empty. So what we have written, PD dot data frame. Right? Why PD? Because this function is available in this module, pandas module, and we are giving an alias name to pandas as PD. Now the data frame that will be created will be stored in D. So when I have displayed D, since I have not provided any value, not provided any data, so it will create an empty data frame. See, the result will be something like this. Columns are empty list and index is also empty list, right? Next we are trying to create a data frame from the nested list. See, here I have taken a nested list, a list that contains two elements and each element is itself a list. This is the first element of the list. It contains values 10, 20, 30, and this is the second element 40, 50 and 60. Now when you create a data frame from this list, what I have written, pd.dataframe, and within bracket I have written L. So it will use this nested list and create a data frame. Let's see. You can look over here 10, 20, 30. That means the first inner list will create the first row of the data frame. The second inner list 40, 50, 60 is going to create the second row of the data frame. And since we have neither provided the row indexes nor the column indexes, so it has taken the default values 0, 1 for rows and 0, 1, 2 for column indexes. Now this is an example in which I have considered the same list, but I have provided the index attribute as well as columns attribute. So I am providing the row indexes as P and Q. So instead of 0 and 1, it is going to label them as P and Q. And columns will be labeled as A, B and C. See, this is the answer. A, B, C are the column headings and P, Q are the row labels. The first inner list created the first row and second inner list created the second row of the data frame. Next, we are creating a data frame from the list of dictionary. In the previous example, we have taken the list of list. Now we are taking the list of dictionary. Again, in this list there are two elements. The first element is also a dictionary, the second element is also a dictionary, and both the dictionaries are having two elements, two key value pairs. In the first dictionary, first key value pair is x10 and second key value pair is y10. X is the key and 10 is the value, y is the key and 20 is the value. In the second element, again the keys are same, x and y, their values are 100 and 200. Now when I have created a data frame using this list of dictionary, see what is happening. The keys of the dictionary have become the column labels x and y, and their values. The first dictionary, the value of x is over here. The second dictionary value of x is written below it in the second row. In the same way, for y column, the first row will have the value 20 and second row will have the value 200. Row indexes are not provided, so it has assumed it to be 0, 1. Now here I have provided the row index as P and Q. So instead of taking the row indexes as 0, 1, it will take it as P and Q. Now I have provided the columns over here. Initially what it was doing, it was taking the keys as the column headings, but now I have provided. So if you provide the column argument, then the columns provided in the column argument will be the column names. See, now your columns are x, y and z, right? So but we are having in the dictionary only x and y keys. In the first one, in the first dictionary, we are having x and y keys. So x value is placed, y value is placed, and for z it is NaN. In the second dictionary, we have z and y values provided. So z and y values are given, and for x it is NaN. Indexes, row indexes are P and Q as specified over here. In this example, see, I have taken again the same dictionary, but columns are D, Y and Z. D column that I have given is not existing in either of the dictionary. Now see what is happening. You are getting the column D, but since its value is not existing in any of the dictionary, so it is containing NaN for both the rows. See, this dictionary is creating one row. This is creating second row. Okay. Now we are creating a data frame from the dictionary of list. So here I have taken a dictionary L, and in this dictionary this is a key and its value is a list. Again this is a key and the value is a list. So when I create a data frame using such a dictionary of list, what is happening? See, the key names become the column names, right? So A and B are the keys, so they become the column heading because we have not provided the column attribute. And the values of this will form the values of A column. The values, the list provided with the B key will form the values of the B column, right? In the next way, I have taken, again in this case I have provided the indexes, that is row indexes, as R, S and T. So instead of 0, 1 and 2, it will take R, S and T. Now columns I have taken as X and B. X column is not given in the key, so what it will do? It will place NaN in that column. See, for the X column it has placed NaN, and for B column it has taken these values. Next is creating data frame from dictionary of dictionaries. Now this is a dictionary, outer dictionary, and it is containing inner dictionary. Now A is the outer key, and this key is having the value part as a dictionary which contains two key value pairs. One key is P and another key is Q. In the same way, for key B, the value is itself a dictionary which contains two keys P and Q. So if I create a data frame using the dictionary of dictionaries, remember children this thing, carefully understand it. If you create a data frame using dictionary of dictionaries, the outer keys, that is A and B, is creating the column names, right? And the inner keys will form the row indexes. This is very important. So for A column, P row will have the value 2 and Q row will have the value 3, and for column B, P row will have the value 11 and Q row will have the value as 23. Now since we have not provided either index or column, next we have provided index. So instead of taking the indexes as P and Q, it will take X and Q, and X index is not given as a key, so it will provide NaN value for that. In the same way, it will take the columns as A and D instead of A and B, and D column is not given in the key, therefore it will place NaN value. Just have a look. X column, X row is not given, so it has placed NaN. D column is not given, so in that column also it has placed NaN. This is how it works. Okay.